So I got you, people. I took my beard down a little bit, you know, just left this. You know, it's charismatic. I think, I'm a charismatic person, I guess that's why people get around. But there's some people that just envy me just by looking at me. They just don't like me. I got that effect that some people just don't like me because the glow on my face. You see this glow? That I got this energy that whatever I do just comes out right for me or it multiplies. Why? Because I got the effect that I make things work for me. Why? Because I'm not a talker. Like some people on YouTube, they just talk and they never accomplish nothing because everything they talk out their mouth is just hopes. And they're wishing for someone or somebody or something to make their dreams come true. And it doesn't work like that, people. You got to put work into what you got. And you got to put sweat, tears, and sacrifice to make things work for you. You cannot give up. So I'm that kind of person. I just don't see myself just giving up on things. Right? Always trying to do better than what I am now. Always trying to excel to do better. But anyway, let me get to what I was going to talk about, right? Because I'm into the stock market, but I'm not into it deep, right? I'm into certain things that I know that's going to make me profit. So let me say this, and I know I'm not like saying that you got to do the same thing, but that's what I'm doing, right? Because I know there's a war, and when there's war out there, things go up. Everything that affects the economy is going to go up. The country's fighting with another person, another country, things get affected and the prices just go up. Even if it don't, the country's still, things are going to go up. So I got some investment since the pandemic. Since the pandemic started, right? I started buying oil. You got to say, everybody needs oil. You need oil on trucks, on doors. You need to grease certain gears, machine shops. A lot of machine shops here in America use heavy crude oil. That's why the oil that we have in America, we can't sell it because it's heavy and you can't. It's hard to refine it, so and it's expensive. That's why we get the oil from other countries. We import oil that is more refined, more liquid, more usable and small items that could move around the oil and like it's like silky like water, right? But the oil that we have is heavy oil. It's for heavy gears, so we cannot use the oil that we got. But anyway, my investments are in oil and energy because that's what the money's at right now. No matter what happens on Monday, right? Because we're on Easter and what Trump said, if Iran and those countries that we are war with, if they don't open the what is that place they're blocking, Hormuz Strait, they don't open it, it's gonna be hell to pay. The price of oil and all these energy stocks are gonna go up regardless if it goes down. It's still gonna go up. It's not gonna change. And in fact, remember, if it's gonna go down, you could bet, put some puts on it, and get money that way because not everything's gonna stay up. Well, certain things stay up, but certain things go down. As much as it can, but it goes right back up. Though energy will never go down. Energy is what is used. This is what runs the country. Energy, oil, liquid gas, propane. All those things, substance. Remember, and in order for you to change your car's oil, you need to buy a filter. But if you can't afford the oil, what's the use of buying a filter? You can't change the oil. And if you change the oil, you need to put a new filter. So you have to buy filters too. Oil filters, all those things gonna get expensive because we have a little amount, and there's no quantity like before. The filters gonna cost more money. So everything that has to do with oil and liquids and anything to make everything refine and work on a liquid substance or gas liquid substance, the price is gonna go up. So you got a better chance of jumping into these stocks than any other stocks. Like all other stocks are not doing good right now. Everything is tied to money. So if you can pay for your bills and your car notes, house notes, those things are gonna repossess. Even cars right now, they're in a tight spot because if they can't afford the gas, they can't afford the payment, they can't afford the insurance, your car's gonna get repo and you're gonna lose more money. The same way as in the house, you can't pay payments, the bank's gonna repossess your home again. So you gotta make your money work for you. You just can't say that there's nothing to do out there. There's plenty of things to do to get income. You gotta compound your money, people. Wherever there's something to make money, you should be in there try to get that money. Why leave it for somebody else could take it? That's what I always say. Why let that person, that customer, leave with that money? Where that money could be put in my pocket, in my cash register, in my account, so that I could use it to benefit me. That's how I think, right? When a customer comes in, don't let them walk out the door without something. Sell them something, water, whatever, but make them spend something in your business so you could have that revenue. That's how it works. You just don't throw money away. That's why, like this YouTuber say, your colored people, and I say that too, colored people just can't get rich. When we get rich, we just throw it because we're not into investment. We don't think about that. We don't think about the future of our kids, our grandkids. We don't leave a legacy of money. We spend it all in one day, man. I'm sure that we could spend millions of dollars in one day. Before you know it, half of that money is gone. But not in these days. When you're older, you learn a lot of stuff. Especially you got to talk to older people. The elders are the ones that could teach you more and guide you to other people that into business, that could make you earn money and show that your reputation, that you're a responsible person, and get you clients, man. That's how I got my clients. Sometimes I don't even go out. People call me that they need me, or this person needs my services. And I say, okay, just, have them call me, see, like that, whatever they need. And if I could accommodate them, I do it because it's money. I'm not going to let money slip away if I can do it, And plus, I like to give people breaks. I would say, man, I'm the cheapest one you're going to get out there. And they laugh. What's good? I got to get sense of humor. I got to make them laugh. So you got to make the client feel comfortable with you, to do business with you. That's what I'm all about. I'm not an angry person. Sometimes I get upset. But that's something different in me. But as you see, I'm a calm person, Like I say, a lot of people say that I'm a charismatic person. But anyway, other than that, people, you gotta have, the common sense to make your money work for you, not you to work for your money all the time, because you're not gonna make it, So with that, people, come Monday, we're going to see that energy and oil stock spike to the green. We see about that because it doesn't matter as it goes up or down. You're still going to have to buy it. And people, whoever's invested in these stocks, are the ones that are making that money. And with that, I'll let you go when you think about that.